know what, man? Humans, man, they really destroying this earth, man. It's not just dating that humans are destroying, but it's this whole entire earth. This planet is falling apart, man. We got six fires here on the West Coast, man, right now. We got a pandemic happening. You know, that shit come from human activity, bro. It all started with that one person that kicked this pandemic off, man. But American dating, rest in peace, man. I'm gonna say it again, man, because I'm gonna pour some fucking liquor on the curve, man. We gonna mourn for American dating, man. We gonna mourn for American dating. It's not gonna get any better here in the U.S., man. It just got really worse throughout the years. Everybody was like, man, how come I'm not getting any, you know, how come I'm not getting any dates? How come I'm getting stood up a lot? This shit started happening, man, when social media kicked in, man. Like earlier, I was talking about how social media is destroying dating here in America, man, and it really is. If you take away social media, bruh, all of a sudden things will go back to the way they were. You know, where females had to go out to bars to get their validation. You see what I'm saying? Back in the day, before social media, females had to go out. They had to doll up. You see what I'm saying? They had to go out there and get their validation. But now, because of social media, they don't have to do that anymore. A lot of guys are, you know, a lot of guys might end up dying alone, man. You feel me? A lot of guys might end up dying alone. And we're not meant to be alone as humans, man. We are not meant to be alone. We're supposed to have a mate as humans. You know? That's what keeps us alive. Other human beings. You know, I've been watching some of these astronauts up into space and shit. And they get up there and they start fighting with amongst each other and shit because they're isolated. All of a sudden they start having these negative feelings toward each other. Being isolated ain't fun at all, man. Not being able to get a woman is not fun. And they sit back and like, man, what's wrong with you, man? You can't get no woman. Maybe it's the way you dress. Maybe. Maybe it's the way you look. Maybe. Maybe. But I didn't have any problems until social media showed up. Let's put it this way. It has gotten too competitive for that pussy, man. That's on the real. Yeah, it's gotten too competitive. You know what? Humans, by nature, are competitive, man, with each other for that pussy, man. We are, man. And I hate to say it, man, but it's a competitive world, man. Where only the strong survive, only the smart survive, only the high IQ will survive. It's built inside of us to be competitive, man, because of what? The pussy, man. The pussy makes the pussy makes men competitive, man. If it wasn't for pussy, we wouldn't compete with each other at all. But since there's pussy involved, a lot of men, they compete and shit, man. Like in one of those arenas and shit where two motherfuckers used to battle it out back in the day. Back in the day, they used to have a big ass arena with a bunch of people in it, and two dudes would fight to the death. And the winner would take home the woman and the money and the trophy. That's how it has always been that way since the beginning of time, man. And that's the reason why men build stuff, so they can impress females, so they can obtain females. That's why people, that's why dudes become leaders and shit, so they can have, pussy, man. So they can have, that's the reason why, man. The reason why men are always looking for power or seeking power or whatever is the better word for it, because of the pussy. The reason why men seek power, so they can have alcohol and women. Because, we all know that the powerless, man, you take what you can get. If you at the bottom, you might get scraps. Shit, nowadays you be lucky to get scraps. Nowadays you be lucky to get scraps. And when you think about it in your mind, you're like, man, when is this drought gonna end, man? I'm tired of beating off the porn and shit. I'm tired of being, alone. Like, man, it's been years I haven't had a consistent girlfriend. Other men, man. Other men have raised the bar, bro. This has nothing to do with females. Females are picky. But guess who's inventing these apps, man? It's the men. These men are inventing these apps for these females to use. You gotta blame the way dating is right now on the men. You have to blame it on the men in society, man. Because these nerds, these motherfuckers are dangerous, bro. Come on, man. Mark Zuckerberg, that motherfucker was a nerd. That motherfucker was a nerd, bro. For him to invent Facebook, that nigga is an evil motherfucker, bro. I would literally probably punch him in the face if I saw him. He live out here too, man. Out here in California. In this area. He live out here in this area. Like about probably 20 miles away. Somewhere in Redwood City or somewhere around there, or Mountain View or something like that. That nigga is an evil motherfucker, bro, to invent something like Facebook. That shit changed a lot of lives, man. And it's addictive. I've been trying to lay low off of Facebook. I can't keep my hands off of it because I talk to foreign women on it, man. I'm talking to them fucking Thai ladies and shit on Facebook. I can't let it go. But for the love of money, man, motherfuckers will invent. For the love of pussy, motherfuckers will invent shit. These are inventions, man. Man-made. And motherfuckers, they talk about the women and shit. American women are this, that, this, and this. But why are they like this, though? It's because of the simps, man. The simps of society. I can't say the men, but the fucking simps, man. You gotta be a simp to invent Tinder, bro. Or Bumble or some shit. Where the females got the advantage on them dating apps. Let me tell you, I told you, 2012 changed the fucking game for me. I couldn't get a girlfriend after that, bro. I was like, man, I didn't have no girl. I wasn't even overweight in 2012, bro. I wasn't even overweight. And it changed the game. I mean, I couldn't get a girlfriend. I couldn't even get a lay. The only thing that was available to me was this fat chick, and I didn't want her, man. I kind of like looked over her. I was trying to get the other girl, cause I'm used to getting nice looking women and shit. All of a sudden, you got these ragdoll bitches that are available. You be like, what the hell? This is not what I'm used to. Social media, man. I have to date below my fucking looks level. Yup. I gotta go with this Gumby, Teen Wolf looking bitch. Yup. Or it ain't gonna be nothing. See, it's getting to a point where only the elites are having a whole lot of sex and alcohol nowadays, man. Together. Where the guys who are at the bottom, you be lucky to get something nowadays in America. Okay? I want to make that clear. In America, you know what I'm saying? This nation, bro, it ain't gonna last forever, man. Being number one, I mean. America is on its way fucking out, bro. And humans are taking this fucking country down, bro. America will self-destruct. That's why you gotta get out of here, man. It will self-destruct by itself. It's the leadership that really failed us, man. And they call themselves, the smartest at this, and they invented this and that, Yeah, but they tearing this fucking country down at the same time. It'll never go back to the way it used to be, man. Where you could cold approach, you know what I'm saying, get the number and be fucking the same weekend. That has never happened after 2012, man. That has never ever happened after 2012. Motherfuckers is lashing out at females. That's like I was saying in my last video, man. Motherfuckers is lashing out at females because they not getting laid, man. I'm sure I'm not the only one that struggles, man. I'm sure you guys struggle too. But these dudes out here, man, they pulling guns on bitches. Hey, bitch, give me your fucking number. You saying no to me? He probably got tired of all that rejection. Let me tell you, rejection, it hurts, okay? And when it happens over and over again, you get frustrated and be wanting to fight. Had it happen to me a couple times. When I was overweight, trying to get a girl and shit, man, at a bar, girl didn't like me. Dude walked up and tried to fucking sabotage my shit. Me and him about to fight. Nigga ain't getting laid, man. Shit. A motherfucker ain't getting laid. America's pretty much finished, bro. I mean, the only thing that we got right now is our arsenal, man. That's the only thing that's keeping us safe. And another thing I was thinking about, bro, like, remember I was telling you what causes a saturation in a country, right? Another thing that causes saturation is that we don't have wars anymore, man. America's too powerful for anybody to fucking challenge. So we don't have any wars, where men, 100,000, 200,000, 1 million men will go to war, okay? and we would thin the herd. You know what I'm saying? When wars would happen, we would thin the herd where there was not so many fucking men. You see what I'm saying? Yep, exactly, Mr. Cheek. The fall of cold approaching and the rise of ghosting and rejection thanks to the internet and feminism. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Man, you couldn't set it any better than that, man. You know what I'm saying? We're destroying this shit, bro. We are destroying this nation, bro. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to the leadership, man. This shit would never be the same ever again. You know what? The stuff that we're doing right now is irreversible. Think how scary that shit is right there, bro. Right? The shit that we're doing right now to the earth, to the planet, to the country is irreversible. We can't reverse it. The damage has been done. You know what I'm saying? The damage has been done. And you're thinking like, man, will it ever go back to the way it used to be? No, no, nah, nah. This shit is permanent, bro. You know what I'm saying? It'll never go back to where it used to be. Like I said before, man, the cold approaching was key back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Man, I used to cold approach females all the time. Cold approaching was key back then. Now, you cold approach, man. Shit, these females acting like you disturbed their fucking god or something. They acting like you done broke the law and shit for cold approaching. Cold approaching, man. You should be able to cold approach because you know what? Females back in the day, believe it or not, they used to have droughts. They don't have females nowadays. They're not able to have droughts anymore because of the thirsty motherfuckers online, man. You see what I'm saying? So, females used to have droughts. Females used to have to go out to bars and clubs to get the dick, and then they had to like settle for whatever came their way. That was a handsome guy, or the guy was a 5 or a 6, and she was a 5 or a 6. She had to go with him. Nowadays, because of social media, man, it allowed females to be picky and choosy. I don't think these fucking dudes who invented these dating apps, I don't think they were thinking that it was going to destroy dating in America. I just think a lot of dudes were lot of these men, these inventors, okay, a lot of these inventors thought that they was going to make a quick buck. They thought they was gonna make money and make dating easier and shit. Nah, man. Nah, man. Not in America, and not in America, man. You know what I'm saying? Not in America, man. It's too saturated now. Like I said, man, we haven't had a war in so long. You see what I'm saying? America has became too powerful. You see what I'm saying? For anybody to challenge us, nobody's gonna step up and challenge us, man. As long as we got nukes and shit, bruh. I'm just letting you know what's really causing the fucking saturation in the country, man. It's saturated, bro. You got to get away from the saturation. That's where foreign women come into play, right there. You know what I'm saying? You know, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Maybe we need a war. I don't know if we will survive. I don't know if I shit, man. Civilization has to start all over again because we'll destroy this fucking goddamn planet with these nukes that are like I mean, like all these countries, Russia, China, the U.S., man, they all got nukes. They got enough nukes to fucking destroy this whole entire planet, man. But you see, that's what happens when you become too powerful. You see what I'm saying? That's what happens when you become too unstoppable. Is the fact that whatever is going on in your country, Okay, I mean, like whatever the ratio between man and woman in your country, it would start to overpopulate, or it would be, you know, unbalanced. Put it this way, it wouldn't be like a balance of uh of men and women in the country. You see what I'm saying? You know, it wouldn't be, you know, enough women to go around. See, when you have wars, man, you know what I'm saying? That thins the herd, okay? That keeps the male population in check, okay? So America hasn't had a big, huge war in I don't know how long. So, yeah, eventually, the shit will start to become overpopulated. But I feel like the American population is shrinking. It's just there's not enough women to go around for every single male in America. It's not, especially with social media, where all the females they gravitate toward Chad or Tyrone or guys with money and shit like that. So yeah, the 80-20 rule is in effect in America, big time. Now in other countries there is no such thing as a 80-20 rule. Why? Because the men in other countries they hold that power, man. You see what I'm saying? You know, you know, they 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 hold on to that power. They don't want women to get the power. When I'm looking at women in Thailand, I'm seeing a lot of long hair. I'm seeing a lot of, just females just playing their fucking role, man. I'm not seeing a bunch of butchy bitches walking around. You know what I'm saying? I'm not seeing a bunch of masculine females walking around in Thailand. When you look around in Thailand, it's clearly uh it's it's clear that the men hold the power in that country, and that's how it's supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? So, but over here, it's not clear who holds the power because females nowadays got power too. So that's fucking up the the dating in America, that these females are working, you know, um, you know, they're working these manly jobs and shit, and the more a female works, the more her femininity shrinks. You see what I'm saying? You know, she's not supposed to be taking leadership roles and shit. It makes her masculine when she does that. In Thailand or in Colombia, females are not having a whole lot of leadership roles and shit. Females, they got little jobs working at bakeries, or they got little jobs working on a corner selling candy or hot dogs or burgers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They got these little jobs, but they're not like working like serious overtime, or they're not like fucking like taking a fucking leadership role at a job somewhere. You see what I'm saying? So that takes away their femininity, man. Like when they take leadership roles, you know what I'm saying? So it destroys their femininity. You know, here in America, females got leadership roles. Okay, females got access to the workplace equally. Okay, females are no longer oppressed, but females, for the most part, they're supposed to be oppressed to keep their femininity. Like females, uh, the biggest mistake was to give females equal rights. That was the biggest mistake that America has ever done. You see what I'm saying? It put us at a disadvantage. It put the men at a disadvantage. because the mangina, the simp men have sold us out, man. That's the reason why we in this situation. You see what I'm saying? That's the reason why we're in this situation. Like I said before with the wars and stuff, we haven't had wars to thin the fucking herd, man. We haven't, you know, uh, had any fucking threats that will trigger a fucking war. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think there never will be a war because everybody got nukes. Even India got nukes. Not all countries got nukes, but all these powerful countries, they all got nukes. And I truly think that like humanity needs to start back over again. I think we need a fucking nuclear war. Like you said, man, Mr. G, that shit would humble a lot of motherfuckers. For real. I think we need to start back over from scratch. I really do. Because right now, this fucking world right now is heading toward a disaster. That's gonna happen, man. I mean, that's gonna happen. We got droughts, we got pandemics popping off, we got fires that are like huge right now. You see what I'm saying? All these fucking natural disasters. You know what I'm saying? All these fucking diseases popping out. You see what I'm saying? That's wiping out populations and shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's not looking good here on Earth. You know, it's not looking good here. You know, you know. So it's not looking too good, and a lot of shit is gonna like what this technology is not doing society any good. If society is not pumping out healthy babies, okay, it's not gonna grow. Your population is gonna keep on getting smaller and smaller, man. No marriages. The marriages are not lasting like they used to. Okay. Nowadays, people get married for 3 or 4 or 5 years and then they quit because of the internet. I got hella options. I don't need this motherfucker no more. That's their attitude nowadays. You see what I'm saying? It's like you get to a point where like you make any fucking wrong moves or you do something that she doesn't like, then she's out of there because she got so many options, so many men after her, man. All in their DMs. I know what I truly believe that some of these planets in our galaxy, right? I think like there were humans on those planets and they did the same thing that we did, which is build a lot of shit that's gonna destroy the earth. You see what I'm saying? I just think like those fucking planets probably had a bunch of wars on them. Tribalism was kicking in and shit like that, man. You see what I'm saying? And people were fighting. That's why you see a lot of empty planets because I think that there were humans on those planets at one point. You know, they did the same thing. Probably destroyed dating. Probably invented technology and all that shit on them planets. And you know what? The you know diseases started popping out. Wars was popping out. So I just think like some of them planets used to host life, and the shit that we doing right now to this planet, they probably did the same thing to those planets. So now, you know, all that shit is connected amongst, you know, life, man. Like all that shit is connected. Like wars and stuff and technology, all that stuff contribute to like the way men and women interact with each other. You see what I'm saying? It's contributing, and it's also contributing to this fucking goddamn disaster out here, man, that's going on in America, man. This dating disaster. You see what I'm saying? Fools are like being introverts nowadays. You know what I mean? Because they can't get a woman, they can't get a mate. Like I said before, motherfuckers is pulling guns on females because they're not getting laid. Was this shit happening before social media? Hell fucking no. Look at all this outburst and shit that's happening right now, man. There was another incident where a dude attacked a female because she rejected him and shit. Just recently, it just happened. And I was like, damn, this shit is getting real, yo. You see what I'm saying? And then you got people who are you know, uh, like celebrities, and they can't understand why these dudes are fucking lashing out. Like, what's his name? You know, the guy from the Ghetto Boys, Willie D, man. You know, he has a channel, and one of his questions that he asked on his channel was, "Whatever happened to just walking away or something like that?" He said, whatever happened to getting rejected and walking away?" I said, I'm sorry, man. Frustration kicks in the fucking door when you're being fucking ignored. Like it's not good for the mind to like go without sex. I told you guys this before, man. It's not good for the heart or mind or the soul to go without sex because you are built to procreate. You are built to have sex. This is the reason why you have a dick. So you can plug it into some pussy. It's not gonna get any better out here, folks. I'm just saying, it's pretty much a wrap. America will never go back to where it used to be, dating wise. My dick would never. I mean, it wasn't that dry until the social media showed up, bro. I mean, like I remember when I was living with my girlfriend, man, and you know what? Social media was taking a toll before 2012. It was just slowly getting there. Like I remember when I was with my girl and stuff, man. And I was trying to find a new girlfriend so I could fucking get the fuck out of that relationship where I never found one, man, because you know, social media had fucking destroyed dating for me. You see what I'm saying? And I didn't know it. I didn't know what was going on. I had no idea that Facebook or any other like social media platform was going to destroy dating in America when it first started. I didn't know. Nobody knew. All we knew that Facebook was cool. You know what I'm saying? You know, Facebook was cool. We didn't know what it was. And I fucked a couple of females off of Facebook. You know what I'm saying when it first started. But then it wasn't really Facebook that really destroyed everything. I mean, it was the beginning. I mean, don't get me wrong, Facebook was the beginning of the end. You see what I'm saying? But what really put the nail in the coffin was Tinder. That would I mean that destroyed everything. Okay, it was like Armageddon. Cause let me tell you, ever since Tinder came out, life in the dating world has been hell. It all started with Tinder. I mean, and it started with Facebook, but it ended with Tinder. Tinder was like a nuclear bomb that was dropped here in America, that was dropped on America's dating system. You see what I'm saying? You know? You see what I'm saying? So now dudes are looking for new ground now. You got no choice now but to look for new ground because they have overly saturated the dating market, man. And you have to get away from all the saturation, man. That's the only way you're gonna have a more fulfilling life, man. Let me tell you, some of these guys who have went to these foreign countries and stayed there, they ain't never been happier. They come back here, dick be dry as a fucking Sierra desert. They go back to like these different foreign countries, dick be wetter than a motherfucking ocean and shit. You see what I'm saying? Dick be wetter than a motherfucking swimming pool when you go to these countries. Like I said before, man, you'll never have droughts like you do here in the U.S. You'll never have droughts. You see what I'm saying? So with these fucking dating sites, this is your problem here in America, man. And I'm gonna tell you, it doesn't affect these overseas females. I mean, like, like you can tell that these these foreign countries are still like back in the early 2000s or something like that. Like you could tell that like they haven't caught up to America yet. I mean, it looked like it's starting though. It looks like a lot of these foreign women, you know what I'm saying, they becoming a little bit more masculine, but you know, but it's not like America. When I'm talking to these foreign ladies, these fucking, you know, these these foreign chicks, when I'm talking to them, I'm I'm sensing a whole lot of femininity, man. I'm sensing a whole lot of femininity. Nothing masculine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Mr. G. Yep, exactly. There was a time that playing fish, you know, was guaranteed sex. Yeah, it was, man. I remember, man. I fucked a few women on playing fish, man. And now that's even saturated now. You see what I'm saying? Saturation is real, bro. Like when it comes to like, you know, society. You can overly saturate your society. You know that, right? You can fucking oversaturate it with men. Um, you can fix it where, the 80-20 rule can come into play. Okay, that's what happened with the dating apps. The 80-20 rule came into play, man, when those dating apps, were invented. As soon as those fucking like dating apps, showed up on the scene, the 80-20 rule kicked in real quick amongst the American people, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why dudes can't find sex. You can't compete with those dudes online, man. Let me tell you, man, when those dating apps first came up, right? It wasn't overly saturated. Not all the men, were on there. You know what I'm saying? Like playing fish when they first started, back in like I think it was I don't when was playing fish. I think playing fish came out in 2013, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So when they first came out with these dating apps, there wasn't a whole lot of saturation. A lot of men wasn't using them. But as time went by, okay, as time went by, more men started hearing about these dating sites and they started getting accounts. So that as the years were going by, more and more men were finding out about these dating sites. Okay, so after about maybe when we there's like 300 million people in the U.S., right? So when it first started, it probably was like a good 50,000 people using it, and then in the following year, there's like 100,000 people using those dating sites, and then following the next year, whatever, the year after that, um, 200,000, 300,000 people are using it. So as the years went by, man, it just kept getting more saturated, especially with men. More and more men were figuring that shit out. So then you got abundance of fucking men using this shit. You got Chaz and Tyrone. You got men with money using this shit all of a sudden. So then it becomes overly saturated. after a while. And that's what's really going on in today's dating world. You know, it's the saturation. If you can become overly saturated, you know. So if you want to fucking have a better dating life, you're gonna have to head overseas, man. I can't stress that enough. We still in this shit, man. Motherfucker they come around to my channel talking about, man, why are you saying the same thing over and over again? Because it's still happening. This shit is relevant and ain't going nowhere. And it'll never be the same, man. This shit that we have done here on Earth, this shit is irreversible, man. You know, yeah, I heard about the Jeff Bezos. You know, I heard he was going up there in space, Mr. G. You know what I'm saying? You know, I follow astronomy a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? And I always wondered about the moon and the stars and the other planets and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I think that what happened to those planets, you know, was humans. I think other human beings were on these other planets and they did the same thing, and that's why those those planets are not habitable anymore. You know what I'm saying? They probably brought their Tinder and Bumble and shit over to like those planets. You know what I mean? Anyway, man, I gotta end the video, man. Just want to get that little bit out, man. You know, this shit affects everybody, man. It's not just it's not affecting just the Chads and Tyrones or the normies or the incels. It affects the whole entire like race of men. Okay, this is affecting everybody. Every minute, that's why men are leaving in droves from this country, man. I'm telling you, man, a lot of dudes are fucking fleeing because of this bullshit that has happened here, you know, here in the States, man. Talk to some of these dudes and they'll tell you why they left America and they're never going back. You see what I'm saying? Talk to some of these dudes. They'll tell you, like, look, I couldn't even get a girlfriend. I told you there was one guy that before I end this video, um, this one guy, he left the Bay Area just because he couldn't get a girlfriend. This one guy told me that a while back. You know, you know, he said that hey, he left the Bay Area because he couldn't get a girlfriend. He's 3 to 4 years, 5 years single. Damn, that's a long time to be fucking single, bruh. 4 or 5 years being single, can't get a girlfriend, and you done dress nice. You know what I'm saying? You done all sorts of maxed. You looks maxed. You know what I'm saying, to the fullest, and still couldn't hang on to a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it's time to leave this country and go to another one because this is overly saturated. This country is overly saturated. Hit the like button, man. There's some people up in here, man. It's overly saturated. It'll never go back to the way it used to be. And that's the sad part, that that it's not gonna never go back to the way it used to be. Like, the effects are irreversible. You can't irreverse this shit. You see what I'm saying? The damage is done. Just like global warming, they're not gonna be able to you know reverse that shit, bruh. This planet is not gonna last with humans on it. We're gonna eventually destroy ourselves. And technology is actually destroying the planet also. But there's no harm. I mean, like you don't see it being destroyed, but yeah, it's gonna destroy the planet. Technology will. Technology will destroy America. Period, bro. You know, matter of fact, we need to get rid of technology. We really do. We don't need no more Bumble, no more Tinder, no more Facebook. That shit needs to be destroyed completely in order for society to go back to the way it used to be. But they'll never get rid of these dating apps. These motherfuckers are here to stay forever, for good in the states. That's why the only answer is to go foreign, or the only solution. I mean, you won't have any problems keeping your dick wet in these countries that you go to, man. Trust me, you won't. You know. Anyway, man, I gotta you know end this video, man. Save some of this battery on this phone. I gotta get up and work tomorrow and shit. You know, try to talk to DoorDash so I could get back on into the system, man. You gotta keep calling them, man. You know. Anyway, hit the Cash App on the way out. Thanks for listening, man. I just wanted to get that off my chest. I'm very frustrated at society right now, man. I'm very frustrated and I'm tired of living by myself, like single. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of that shit, bro. You know what? There was another guy on here. There was this white guy that said that he was single for like 6 miserable years or some shit until he moved to like Mexico, and then he got a girlfriend. You see, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's the society, bro. Like he said, he was single for 6 miserable years and finally got a girlfriend in Mexico. You see what I'm talking about? The saturation is real, bruh. You know what I'm saying? The saturation is real. It's the land that you're living on. That's the problem. The leadership. It's this land. You see what I'm saying? Because when you go to another land, you get a girlfriend right away. What's up with that? when you go foreign, when you go foreign, you get a girlfriend right away. But then you come over here, you can't get a woman. All of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, you can't get nothing. But then you go to Mexico, or you go to Costa Rica, or you go to Brazil, or you go to like Colombia, and then you get a girlfriend right away. What's up with that, bro? You feel me? It's America, man. It is America that's doing this shit. Making life hard for a lot of men out here, and life has gotten harder throughout the years for men. It hasn't gotten easier, it has gotten harder. You see what I'm saying? I don't remember life being this hard back in the 90s and the early 2000s and shit. Shit, I don't remember life being this hard 10 years ago. Exactly. Yep, exactly, Mr. G. Yep, he said, like I keep saying, everything outside of the matrix is in reverse. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, bro. That's why we have to leave the matrix. We have to leave. We can't stay here for the rest of our lives, man. We have to run for the fucking. I mean, we gotta run for it, man. It's never gonna get any better here. We gotta fucking leave, and then you never come back. That's the tricky part, is staying out of the matrix. That's the tricky part. Leaving the matrix and going to different countries and stuff for a few months or whatever. That's easy to do. But to stay gone, to live in these countries because you're not gonna go back to the matrix, that's gonna be the tricky part. but anything is possible. Anyway, you guys have a good night. Subscribe, like the video, and hit the Cash App on the way out. I appreciate all the donations. All right, take care. Good night and bless.